Say, oh my God, AI is taking away jobs. Forget that, forget that, forget that. Learn it, okay? What I need right now is I need someone who understands how to use AI to build that system, automate it. How do you start a business, right? Where do the ideas come from? And this is a learned thing. Anybody can learn this. Okay, this is a learned deal. But I listen to the complaints. We got a law group in our nonprofit. A lot of what we do in law can be done automated. Okay, so you just need to send a letter out, or you need to send a form to the courts, or whatever. A lot of law is just really detailed, tedious stuff. It's not being in a courtroom all the time. So, well, there's AI applications for that. But you know what I need now? And you say, oh my God, AI is taking away jobs. Forget that, forget that, forget that. Learn it, okay? That's an incredible need right now. So the folks that are learning how to use it are the ones who are becoming valuable. Does that make sense? The same thing in construction, the same thing in all these different areas. But going back to the idea, listen to the need. So I've listened to that need, and we started a company. We started an AI company, and you know what we're doing? We're supplying that need that I just described to you. That's how you start a company, right? So in the packaging world, we had our big packaging company we built. Again, what was the need? The growers, you all have bought strawberries or blueberries in these plastic containers, right? That's what we did. But we started out just as a distributor. And these big, giant corporations were making these, we call them clamshells. They were making them. Massive investment, big machinery, big thermoformers, big extrusion processes. And man, who are we? You know, we're working out of our trunk of our car, basically, you know. But we saw the need. Here's the need. That big corporation could not handle this local grower who had the ups and downs where his harvest would peak up or come down. So if the weather got cold, strawberries, for example, the weather gets cold, they slow down production. Weather warms up, they speed up production. Well, when you're producing these clamshells and they're up in Pennsylvania or maybe in California, and all of a sudden I need an extra 2 loads because it warmed up, they couldn't accommodate. So, and then they look down their nose at these farmers because they like dealing with other stuff, more stable stuff like garbage bags and paper plates and things like that. So we saw a need. So, okay, let's do it. Wait a minute, we don't have any money. That's the next question. Okay, let's start praying about money. How can we find some money? How much money do we need? Right? And let's go buy. And we put our line, hocked everything we had. We put our name on a bank note, mortgaged everything we had, and we got 3 thermoformers and an extruder. And it came, then we had to go to work. And then we had to figure out how to make money doing it because it's hard to make money in that industry. So that's just another, but you go, when you want to start a business, find a need. And it normally comes through a complaint or a conversation with a friend. And all of a sudden, you got an idea and you start pursuing that idea, and that idea becomes a business. Just remember one thing. In the free enterprise system, it's the great equalizer. Okay? I dropped out of college. My business partner dropped out of college. Between us, we built over $1 billion worth of companies. You don't have to have a college degree, especially today. A college degree is almost worthless. You wind up in debt and you don't really learn anything, and everything is changing so fast anyway, you're better off going to YouTube college. Okay? That's just my personal opinion. And save a lot of time and money and get 4 or 5 years ahead of the curve. Right? You can get started earlier. So to me, it's the greatest opportunity in the history of America for entrepreneurs. I wish I was 20 years old again. Because the opportunities are for days. But anyway, find the need. I could talk about it all day long. I get excited about it. Anybody can do this. And what we're talking about on the show, guys, it's not the outside things. Okay, find a need and fill it, that type of thing. What really makes a champion? What makes a successful entrepreneur is this champion heart, this champion mindset, its attitude, excitement. That's why we talk so much about the inside stuff. That's what makes a champion. It's not on the outside. It's not a college degree. I mean, I've seen short people make it, fat people make it, smart people make it, dumb people make it. Okay? But the key, when you cut them open, they got a heart of a champion. They don't quit. They suck it up when it gets tough. They keep believing when everybody else stops believing. That's what makes a champion. And if you have that kind of heart, welcome to our channel. Welcome to the Business Network. we're here for you. We're going to talk about those things, and then we're going to talk about the details on top that make it all come together. So hopefully this is helping you. I'm just sharing you what my own experience and the experience of a lot of other friends of mine who are business entrepreneurs. So welcome to the Business Channel.
What if I told you the world doesn't need more noise? It needs more truth. What if I told you freedom isn't guaranteed? It's guarded by men who still believe in something higher than themselves. I'm Steve Maxwell, entrepreneur, husband, father, and co-founder of Citizens Defending Freedom. I travel the country calling men to rise, lead with faith, and stand firm for what's right. This isn't about politics, it's about purpose.
Can't fight the temptation when you get the vibration. Won't do